Hi, welcome to my tube. My name is Marge. I'm a Hilk empath. I just like having these little talks and the way I feel about things. And being a Hilk empath, you always feel some kind of way. I tell you what, if I'm not feeling for myself, I'm feeling for others. uh, just breathe through it. Ground yourself. Just be present where your hands are, where your feet are. Try not to let your mind wander too much. It's a time where minds just wander, and there's just so much chaos. There are so many people that are having that vibrational frequency right now. Mine's minimum. I got stress. Yeah, we all got stress. Mom was in bed until about 10:30, 11 today, 11:30, and then she just went back to lay down about 4:30, so she's stressed. But I put on all the lights. I have a light that spins here. I'll just show you quick. I got Raging from Kygo Cloud 9. That's what's playing in my ear right now. My earphones broke. But I mean, I can get them by. I put some super glue on it, some Gorilla Glue. But that shit never holds. It just stinks. It don't work. I need some 2-part epoxy. I got my freaking hood on because the mosquitoes are out there. Jurassic, man. And they love to suck my blood. So, I got freaking plant-based bugs spray on me, but not a lot because I can't take a shower to rinse it off. I won't only be out here for an hour, so not talking. When I'm done here, I'm going to bring the cat back out for a little bit. So then I thought my truck was breaking. I got an appointment to have an oil change for it tomorrow because it's just easier for them to dispose of it and stuff. And they're going to give it the once over, and it started bogging, and I thought I had bad gas. Because I'm like, I just checked the oil in it about 6 weeks ago, 2 months I guess it's been. But you know what? That was through the hotter part of the months. And see, these old Dodge, I got old Dodge Ram. I'm an Aries, just worked out that way. I love my big red truck. And so I'm like, oh no, why you sick, girl? Why you choking? Are the fires making you choke too, girl? Oh, sweetie, we gotta go. You can't be sick too. You gotta keep it together, old girl. See, the thing is, it's got an engine swap on it. It's one of those around here for their high school project. You do an engine swap for a grade, and so the engine only has 50,000. It's a solid engine. It's a nice. It's cool, but it just has like little idiosyncrasies because it's a Heyoka's frickin' truck. And we have a magnetic personality. So things get glitchy with polarity because you don't have magnetics without negative and positive. So anyway, she's got an electrical glitch in her where the blinkers don't work. It's like I constantly replace fuses in light bulbs, and it's like I don't have a multimeter and I could go through the wiring system and find it, but anyway, so I called my dad. I was like, and then so I went out and I checked the oil this morning, and it was low. It was like at the bottom of the dipstick, and since I did the last oil change, I had to buy that thing of oil because she burns hot. See, old engines, old cars, they're solid, but they're more seepy. They just kind of ooze because of the filters and stuff. It's not like an entirely closed system like automobiles today, which they've freaking ruined automobiles today. Engineering, I hate you, all of you engineers. You ruined it all. Ugh. Anyway, even with my little tiny hands, it's hard to get into. You got to change a light bulb. You got to take off for minivans and stuff. The whole freaking front end. It's just stupid. It's just so they can charge. Anyway, so and then I took it and I was like, holy shit, because I was like, is it fuel injectors? I'm like, is it I'm been troubleshooting, and then it's like, holy shit, I put oil in it. She's running fine. The real test is I let her sit for about an hour and started it up, and it's no problem. So the real test is when I go in the morning tomorrow to start it up, because then she'll have sat overnight. I think she just needed oil. I'm like, Marge, you always look oil first. Oil, then fuel. You know, Marge. It's troubleshooting 101. Anyway, I came across this. I was packing up some cupboards today. Oh, I started a GoFundMe page. If that ain't the most humiliating thing I've ever done. Please help me and Mom find a place to live, because I'm not smart enough to do it on my own. Anyway, here's a nice little story distraction. When I lived in Omaha, I worked at a security company called G4S, and we're on the 11th and the 13th building in this building called the Landmark Building in Omaha, Nebraska, right downtown. And it's one of those that is north, south, east, west. God, that poor dog. North, south, east, west. And so we had all, and so I always get freaking really cool pictures and shit. And because like it flooded on our floor one time, and we were walking around in like an inch of water. Electricity everywhere. Hey, don't step in that puddle hanging on that cord, okay? It'll wreck your day, alright? Alright. Cool. But so they moved us all up on one floor, packed us in sardines. So we still had equipment on that empty floor, so I'd go down there because they use for computer storage, stuff like that. So I have to go down there and stuff. And from the view of the south view, you could see ConAgra. That's what the thing is. The city and this business, they made deals with Omaha years and years ago, like 25 years ago, when business was booming because the war was booming. They had Operation Iraqi bullshit and stuff, because I was right there off it for them. So it was all booming, right? And so it's just like Omaha was like, PayPal, West Corp, College World Series, like that's where a lot of like Olympians, like for tryouts, because Mutual Omaha, because they have and they're like, just come here. There's all the stars that go to Omaha, because that's really the only place to go, and they're in Kansas City, in the Midwest, really, for them to make a profit, because people will come, a couple hours to see them. So it was a pretty cool place to be. And it was funny because when I was a little girl and we were poor, we were so fucking poor. So poor. Anyway, we used to get this. Denison, yeah, we used to get this. I'm not being paid at all for this. This is probably the last can of Denison I'll ever buy, actually. That's why this is kind of a funny story. Because this is how marketing and demographics and things like that work. Here's kind of like a little story. I told the mom this story. I said, Mom, remember when we're growing up and like we'd get a can of Denison's and like we'd eat it over white rice, and it was like heavy and like it would fill you up, because there are often times that we'd go without meals a lot because of the courts. We had to save money for bus tickets and shit like that. So you just learn to not eat when it's not around. So when there's sustenance, yeah, right. So then I moved out to Omaha, and I was looking up, and I was like, holy shit, that's a ConAgra food product. In ConAgra, there's this whole park. It was like, if the Missouri River was an ocean, then it was oceanfront property. Okay? ConAgra Park. Then you have the casinos over there and stuff. And so, I think I got super glue in my hair. Nasty. I think it's on my ear. Damn it. The gorilla grew on my ear. So, ConAgra Park. And then I remember it was like, I was in college, and it was fall, and I was really hankering, because we lived there a couple times. I mean, I lived there a few years, and they don't have Denison's. They don't sell it anywhere. I looked it up online because I was like, why can't I find Denison's? And I was like, holy shit! That's when I found out it was actually a ConAgra food product. So I called the 800 number on there. Now it's headquartered in Chicago's, because everybody started bailing ship from Omaha once they find out all the stuff and the nastiness that Omaha really is. And how dark it really is. Yeah. People started bailing ship, and so they started taking their headquarters up to Chicago. think I just got Gorilla Glue in my eye. So I called the 800 number and I was like, you know what? I really wanted some of this. And I'm like, where can I get it? And now, you know what the kicker of it is they even have in the basement of the Conagra Park, they have their own supermarket for their employees. Because I knew people that work there. I never wanted to work there because it didn't feel good to me. I looked at it to apply there once, but I didn't. Never want to work for PayPal either. Um, so, uh, so, like, people had access to it, but you couldn't buy it. And so I was like, well, where's the closest place I can get it to Omaha, Nebraska? And they're like, oh, looks like it's about 100 miles from you. I'm like, what the fucking are you? What? You make it. I don't know. I was so confused. I was perplexed. I was like, all right, well, thank you. And then they're like, well, for your trouble, we'll send you something in the mail. What's your address? So they sent me, so I gave them my address, my mailing address, and they, sure as fucking bastards, they sent me a coupon for 50 cents off a can of Dennison's chili, and I'm not even kidding. And I was just like, all right, that's it. So, but the reason why it's funny is because in the Midwest, everybody just makes their own chili. In Omaha, that's how I make exceptional chili. My chili is bomb, and if I really wanted to get into it, I would smoke the meat for days before I even made my chili. I mean, I'm all about the process because I'm patient, and I see, because when I was little, we went out without for so much, and then when I got older, I put myself in position where I could taste things and experience life and all its goodness and flavor. And what I found was the longer it takes to do things, the better it turns out. So I don't need to buy Dennison's chili anymore to satisfy my hungers, because I make freaking bomb ass chili. And the thing of it is I wouldn't even use meat. I would use vegetables, you know. They had cool restaurants. I think the restaurant though I'm about to Modern Love is it Isa? Is that her name? Aisha Chandra, something like that. She's a vegan chef. She's written like 120 something. She's written a lot of books. She has Modern Love there in Omaha. We used to go there and eat mac and cheese skews, mac and skew. She, I don't know, she's clever, and like, oh, it's good food. And then I guess there's one in the Bronx too. My favorite restaurant in Omaha was Block 16. Yep, that was the best, you know. But you know what I just learned is what you can do is I can make all the food of all the places that I've ever been. So every time I want to feel like I'm there, I can just make the food that tastes like them. See? And that's what people do with people. People do with people. Food is such a funny, weird thing. It can, you know, people have everybody has their food stuff, their foods. Like when I was a little kid, when I was a little younger thing, all I wanted to do was freaking, until I was like 6 years old, they're like, you can't just eat cold hot dog sandwiches. And I think they hated the way I said it. What do you want? What do you want to eat? Cold hot dog sandwiches. Cold hot dog sandwiches. Cold hot dog sandwiches. Cold hot dog sandwich. I want a cold hot dog sandwich. I was I was a little Rain Man. Only I was a girl. You know, nobody knew what to do with me. So I learned how to play by myself and use my imagination, and they always thought I was dumb, but turns out I was smart. I don't know how smart I am. But at least I think I'm not dumb anymore. I used to I was like, Marge, you're just that dumb little retarded girl. I barely graduated high school with a 2.0. And I ended up at Offutt Air Force Base in Omaha, Nebraska, and flipping baby Bush off the bird at the hangar door of the aid shop. I slipped through the cracks going up, and then I fell back down. I like it better down here. People up there around society, the things that they do to fit in and stuff, to get along for peer pressure, the do-si-do, it's pretty gross, man. And people are waking up to it because of channels like Keegan and Don't Drink the Kool-Aid and all these other channels that are just waking people up. Air quality's pretty shit. Want me to show you? I'll show you air quality's how shitty. But look at this. Fuck that. Fuck air quality. We got a new bloom. I got a new bloom. We got a new bloom, so we gotta focus on the new blooms, right? Can't be like complaining about too much stuff. You complain about too much stuff, then you keep getting stuff that God will keep sending stuff in your life for you to complain about. That's why it's whatever you don't do, don't pray for patience. Don't pray for patience. Easy, 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 easy. Don't be throwing those sugar hips around. Come on, good boy. Good dog. Easy. Don't be bumper carring. Tucker has a bad knee. And they freaking throw. That's how people act just like animals do. Like in the groceries, people walk at you. People even drive at you. I've been a pedestrian. I've driven all over this freaking everywhere. I'm a driver. But I've been a pedestrian for many, 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 many years too. And freaking people will like speed up to drive at you just so they have to slow down so they can get mad about slowing down. I'm like, dude, if you were just going your regular course's speed, because I hustle. I don't dawdle across the street. I run across the street, even in a crosswalk. I want to get out of the street. I've been hit by cars. It ain't cool. People don't pay attention. They don't. They're all da 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 or la 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 la. They're thinking about all kinds of shit except for what they're doing when they drive. And they are driving in a freaking 2, 4, 6, 8 ton bullet. And people don't think. And I think all the time. So I put this light up for Mom. There's a little... See the light over there? Because it's too light out. I put this stars clock. I got a clock, an alarm clock that projects stars on the ceiling. And she likes that, but she's laying down so early because it's so weird. It's like, she's just going to go to sleep. There's nothing better to do. And I'm like, Mom, don't like sleeping more than you like being awake. That was what causes a problem. See, that's the thing is there so many sad people in the world right now that if you ever saw that movie, What Dreams May Come, or any of them, or what's the other one? I just talked about it. The Never-Ending Story, that one. Where sadness overcomes you and it just takes your spirit and it just drags you to the darkness and it makes you just do whatever because it's like you got no reason to freaking vibe high anymore anyway because you got no family, you got no friends, There's so many people that have lost everything right now. Just everything is gone. Everything. And it's like... And the people that haven't lost it can feel it because we've all had the experience of losing things, so we all know what it's like. And a lot of people won't even imagine because they won't put themselves in that mindset. But a lot of people, see, we just reincarnate. We die. We reincarnate. We have life experiences. So the astrological planets alignments that are happening right now. Come on. Come on, man. Hey, dude. Come on, man. I wonder what life would be like if I could do what I wanted all the time. I'm going to meditate on that later. A world where I'm doing everything in the world I want. Anyway, so the thing of it is what's happening right now is if you ain't going through shit right now and you're watching people go through shit right now, you're like vibrating. You're waking up to be like, oh shit, because you actually, if you don't remember your previous incarnations, your vibration, your soul does. Your spirit remembers. And so, since all we do, and time is so funny, is flip flop, incarnate and incarnate. Sometimes we'll come into incarnation. If you ever, I've like shows like Supernatural and Groundhog's Day, they get you to see how we fuck up. Like we die in like stupid ways. Like I think the last way I died, I was like some freaking savage warrior, big huge dude, freaking rape, pillage, did whatever he want, drank alcohol, just was a dark freaking dude, and then somehow came into the light, and then early in my incarnating this got like all my karma from my evil deeds from before, and then I'm like, what the fuck is this woman shit? I feel like Switched, like Ellen Barkin in Switched. What is this? When he was a slime ball, the dude from Riptide was a slime ball, and then he died. The women killed him, and then he came back to life as himself and a woman. I that's how I feel like, you know, and so if people aren't, you know, if you're not remembering it, just know that the constellations that are happening right now, they happened before, and your spirit lived during those planetary alignments. So people that are going through things now are going, you know, everybody goes through the same shit. So if you are in some shit, people are going to start helping. And if you, because people, it's just not the bad part. That's the thing. It's like the shit is bad. This isn't the peak of the energy potential. We still aren't at the peak yet because we got hurricanes and tornadoes coming up. It's like Q storms, you know, like Truman Show. You know? Everybody's watching to see, and then when they get to collect, only in this world they're collecting the data only to get people to act certain ways by projecting fear. Insert fear into the mainstream of society, get everybody to stay home. Then, you know, then I've been talking about this 3 years like a lot of other people. 2 years since I've been talking about it since the Salem eclipse, or the eclipse in Salem started in Salem, because I live in that. I got nothing else to do but hang out with mom and take care of her, make sure she's okay. That's my job in life. And so in the interim, she's fine. I mean, she takes care of herself. She just has to eat. I mean, there's just insinuating circumstances. Anyway, but she handles herself. She takes care of herself. She goes to the bathroom herself. She brushes her own teeth. I bring her a little spittoon, and we brush teeth every day. I mean, she's a healthy lady. God, I hope to be as healthy as her at my age. She just has memory. She just, you know. Anyway, so I don't even remember what I was talking about, because if I can't have you, Etta James, fade away, the revivalist, that'll put some twang in my brain. Hi, Steven. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Mars is retrograde. That's the thing, is I knew that. That's why I'm like, I knew that everybody gets it in some house, in their some way in their house. I just don't have time. I don't sit and memorize. I know, like, I'm Aries Sun, you know, I know my planets, and I have my screenshots saved of my planets, and so I know my chart more than most, and I know me more than most, and Peace Dealer did my reading on his channel. If you look up Heyoka, reading for Heyoka, that's me. It's pretty accurate, you know. I mean, I've been tracking this shit since my since birth, you know, and because that's my path. I'm a white new age ranger, new old age ranger. It ain't a new age. This is all old shit. It just, everything comes back around in cycles, you know. People are just waking up as to who they are. Oh my God, I want freedom. A spirit's supposed to be free. Holy shit, really? And so I knew Mars was, I mean, I started to watch that Leo Cub video that he put out about, I'm sorry, dude, you forgot your fucking wetsuit. Oh, that sucks. You forgot your racing wetsuit, so you couldn't go race your free. And it's like he has his jet skis on his trailer hooked up to his truck next to his camp trailer. I'm like, oh, bro, dude, that sucks. Cause I've been fucking breathing human people for days, and animals, and cause people lost towns and shit. But goddamn, I hope the Mercury retrograde is good to you for the rest of the time. Cubs can't be kings, man. So I could, but every all shit happens to shit people in different ways, and so I put oil in the truck, and so that was that. And she got an appointment at the doctor tomorrow anyway. She's gonna get a little checkup. I just hate it because I know what I'm talking about, and that's why I always be sure to let these guys know that I know what I'm talking about. Like, don't yank my chain. I know what she needs. I know what I want, and we can make this pleasant. And if you're nice to me, I might say so on YouTube too. Yeah. If you're nice to me, I might say so. Here's my GoFundMe. Help Marge get a place. How embarrassing is that? I'm like, and you know what is stupid? You can't, the link in bio, it's not, none of it's, you can't click on links in InstaSnap. You can't. It can't be done. I mean, I guess it can be, but So, there's a bunch of birds in the tree. You guys can't hear it because it's connected to my Bluetooth, but I was saying a little prayer for the birds in the tree. There's a bunch of, there's probably, I don't know, 60, 70 different, or 60, 70 birds in this tree because they're like traveling, because they travel in flocks and whatnot. And people do too. Shit. I gotta go get Benny. I should wrap it up. Hi, Carl. Where we go, when we go all. We are all connected. Yeah, I'm about to kill. It's hard. It's hard. See, because it's just so hard because I see so many people, they get so many benefits for taking care of their kids, and they don't even give a shit about their kids. Boy, you're just such a handsome boy. Good dog. I'm not calling him. They used to call me the problem child. Benny's my problem child. He just gets his ideas of getting it. And so what I decided I was gonna do today is embrace his cantankerousness and just be like, God, I gotta be smarter than the dog. See, because he gets stuff. And I gotta be smarter than him. And he's more on top of it than me because he gets stuff. So I don't get to get mad at him no more for getting into stuff. I gotta always make sure that there's nothing that he can ever get, and he gets stuff. But he's a good dog. He tells me when he has to go. They all tell me when they have to go to the bathroom. Like, hey, let us out. Yeah, he's a good dog. They're all good dogs. They're all trained. I actually took through obedience school at Wagon Tails in freaking Omaha, Nebraska. That's because they worked with the rescue that they came through. And freaking Benny, first day, no joke. Why isn't my music working now? First day, no joke. Freaking walked up to the teacher and peed on Melissa's leg. The owner of the place. I'm like, yep, that's... What can I do? He was abandoned on a farm, He wasn't taught in his formative years. I wasn't either, but I taught myself later. You don't go pee on people's legs. You don't go pee on people's Cheerios. You don't harm people. You don't hurt people. You don't insult people. You don't... Good boy, Biano. You don't eat them, any part. You don't sell them. Benny, that's it. All right, thanks for coming. Good dog. Thanks for letting me know. Come on, good boy. smart bud. You're a smart bud. Good dog, you know. I'll be in my very soon. One day I'll have a place with a dog door. One day I'm going to have this set up. Little small, totally small cabin, like living quarter space, but huge outdoor, like fenced in area. But anyway, it's starting to get nasty. What time is it? 5:30? It's only 5:30 in the evening. And it's just, it feels like I'm in the past. Like, Neanderthal. That's what it does to me sometimes. And I know because I've been to places where they're decimated and stuff like that. And so I know what it looks like. So when I see the pictures on the around here where, I mean, there's so many people missing. They're not even going to put the numbers up because it'll be like shocking to people. No, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. Frick, man, people gotta wake up, man. The world is a nasty, scary, disgusting freaking place. And a lot of it is done on purpose. A lot of it is. Did it come out? I think the glue might hold. Maybe the mosquitoes are gone. See? Oh, sucks being picky about stuff. Being picky about stuff and be like, oh well, you know, I break shit. Can't have anything nice. Nope. You break everything, Marge. You just break stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute. If they made shit that wasn't freaking breakable, I'm gonna be like the dude in Woke. If you haven't seen that, I like that on Hulu. I'm watching that. It's my dumb down. It has the guy from New Girl on it. He makes me laugh because we have the same like fashion sense. I went through my plaited golf pants like phase when I was in IT. My old man pant phase is what I called it. Now I'm in the tactical tight, like not Gore-Tex, but you know that material. I'm gonna start busting those out with my dress shirts and my bow ties. Here before too long, you know, with my Vans, because I got like 50 some pairs of Vans. That'll be my clown suit, you know. I'm gonna bust out with the Heyoka outfit, and just everywhere I go, I dance anyway. I'm such a fool, and I mean, freaking, it's cool though, because you know, I've even in Walmart, people are like, dude, what is she doing? But I am full out like breakdancing in aisles and shit, not on the ground and doing the worm and stuff. Although I used to be, I wonder if I could. It's my back. Do the worm. I could never spin and stuff like that. No, I'm not that strong. I'm not that tall. I'm not that tall. But I grew up in the, you know, breakdancing was a really big thing, and I've always like been by myself, and I've always loved music. So I've just been the dumb girl that has done music routines. Like Pina Colada was just playing right then. That was just Pina Colada. Nubbins, is that you, bud? Hey, buddy, what's up? I got an apple core over here for you, homie. See you later, bro. My train of thought just totally derailed. It's gone. Yeah, it does feel like we're looking at the world through cellophane. It's such a trip, the looking glass. I was thinking about that. I remember the kaleidoscopes when I was a little kid. Because I remember looking at that and wanting to escape into those shapes and just be in the shapes. I just want to live in the shapes. I don't want to be a person anymore. Being a person hurts. Physically, you know? Like getting taken away from your mom repeatedly and just people are mean. People are mean, man. Just the torment. People are fucking mean. And then you're like a little kid and you're like, no, that, you know, they're not really being mean. They're just being an adult. It's just, you know, and you know, but fucking man, people are dark and dirty and nasty, and I still kept my light. I think that is what, if I were going to be proud of myself or something, is that, because that's what they call going mad. Oh, she went mad. I won't let people say that I'm mad, because I used to be mad. a lot of reasons to be mad. Justifiable anger don't do nobody no good. So you gotta drop that rock. It's a book. Just check it out. So you gotta drop all those things that make you mad. All those things that tighten you up. I have to remind myself to breathe all the time when I listen to Jesse's board. She was cool. She was like, yeah, I got my people. I gotta dial. Cause cause I'm like, dude, she sounds so grounded all the time. I haven't seen half the shit she's seen, and I freaking am like always telling myself I'm okay. How does she do it? And so somebody asked that, and I'm like, why didn't I ask her? But somebody else did, and I was so grateful for that. And so she's like, I have my people that I call, and they tell me to breathe. And I was like, yeah, I got my person. Thanks, Mr. Iski. I called him like 4 times. I'm like, the last time I'm like, I got my happy report. He just talks me off the ledge. Or actually, he just goes, yeah. And then I talk myself through whatever ledge I'm on. And then if I can't, he'll just give me just one little sentence like, don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. He's been saying it to me for 20 years. 19. So, and the thing of it is, you know somebody that long, he's a farmer. And their word is so solid, you know, that you know that it's like, you every now and again you come across people that you know that they are such good people because they have consistently been good people throughout their journey. They didn't get mad. They didn't turn mad. And I fight against myself every day, and I want to help other people that have seen some nasty shit get past their mad into their glad. Like, I want to help veterans that have been in war, because I was there. I was there on the island of Crete. And at the time it seemed like a working vacation, because I didn't really think about what I was doing. I was just going to work and doing my job. But the reality of it is, I was a part of heinous things too, because there is no air power without ground power. I even got to go in the cockpit of B-1 bomber. Those are the ones that when they take off, they set off car alarms. They're cool. And then it was a video that occurred to me because I picked up the pilot and gave him a ride across the flight line. You know, I was like, where you headed? He's like, over there. And I'm like, to the B-1? Can I go in the cockpit? I always want, can I drive the plane? I want to drive. I'm all about the freaking how things work. And, oh, don't touch it. You know, and he touched it. He touched it a lot. Yeah, that guy touched it a lot. He touched it a lot. A lot of those guys touched it. Anyway, so I was there when they brought the first wave of Marines, the infantry, and they brought them back, and they put them off, about 500 of them, 600 of them, and they put them in a hangar. Because they went in and they cleared the area. They just did their job. They decimated. They did all those videos that Assange guy posted that is in trouble. That's vamping up. I hope they free him. Because see, the thing is there's people that went in that do things for good, and then there's people that went in to do things because they liked it, because they used to play video games and they like to hurt people and kill people, so they use these people as target practice, and those are the people that ruin it for everybody else. They just see that behavior and they're like, that it's all bad. But it ain't all bad. There's a lot of good. There's a lot of freaking wonderful, beautiful people that have served this country and have still served this country. And I see kids still going in to serve this country, and I want them to do it for reasons that are less disingenuous. And see, because what the thing of it is those kids went in and they did all that, everything they were trained, but they never thought they were going to have to. They never thought. People are like, I ain't never going to see no shit. It's not going to happen to me. And then people find themselves in the middle of shit. And then they let those kids sit there for like, it was days. They trashed the base because they finally gave them liberty to drink. And then they all freaking overtook to get the pictures to stop. Just make the images stop of what we did. And then they just slept in a hangar, and there's one bathroom. I quit going to the women's room because they just took them both. And when there was freaking piss and puke, and it was disgusting to see that. That's what happens when people cause harm to other people. It breaks your spirit, because when trauma happens, I don't care if it's a car accident, I don't care if it's having a kid, our bodies aren't supposed to handle that much pain, and the shit that human beings, the pain that they cause on each other, it is just Luciferian. That's all it is. It's straight up satanic. There is no spirit in that. And so people have been harming each other for profit and power, and this whole stupid, it's like a evil trading places. And they've been it's just terrible, terrible. But thanks to DT, the light is coming to the dark. The light is coming to the dark. So I don't like fireworks, but I'll whistle all day long. I figured out how to do it. It's easier since I have my braces. I got my horse teeth all lined. I'll find you in a crowd. You can't find your kid? Oh! What's up? There's whistlers that like communicate. Can't remember what country. I saw it on PBS or some nature channel or something, where they whistle like for mountain ranges. What's going on up there? Storm's coming. That's how they communicate. There's all kinds of communication ways. People, nonverbals. I could probably do a whole video of just nonverbals, but there's a show. I can't remember. Anyway, so people are coming into their Jesus moment, or they're just gonna, or they're not. It's more of the same. Freaking mosquitoes, man. They're, ugh. I dance for rain. I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna dance one more time for rain. Then I'm gonna go inside for the evening. I don't know when it's coming. It's supposed to come soon. It's what they're talking about. But I even thought about putting up a sign, getting a poster, help me dance for rain. Go stand out on the steps of the Capitol. I could do it for about an hour. It's like running for an hour. I'm not a runner. I'd have to go slow. I could do it for freaking 3 days, honestly, but I ain't leaving mom that long. I ain't leaving mom. Fucking what am I thinking? I ain't leaving mom. I ain't gonna wake up and, where's Marge? Nah, I'll dance right here in the backyard. So the intention's the same. You don't got to do stuff for fanfare. Everybody, y'all could just put on your favorite song. Whatever your favorite song, I don't even care if it's your favorite song right now. It's just, even if it was your favorite song 5 years ago, 10 years ago, if it takes you back to a place that you were happy and joyful and you felt free, that's the vibration that we're trying to get out into the world. Put your shit on shuffle and see what happens. Go down memory lane. Where are you at now? Are you acting the same? Are you a better version of yourself today than you were back, in the olden days? Or are we getting a little bit more stingy the older we get? I saw one thing that Netflix exec got arrested, and then there was like all these stories that were counter refuting it and all this stuff. But there was one that he had, he's like, yeah, the counselor said, helped me realize that I'm a liar. Because people say things, they hear things, and they say things like, family means everything. And then I'm like, can somebody give me examples of how that applies in my life? Except for, to me, family means everything. But it's like always, my whole life is a one-way street. But I'm coming into it, dude. I'm coming into it. I ain't freaking bitching about nothing. Mercury's been around, and Jupiter's about to go to direct. The 17th, I think. So, I got a call to make tomorrow. Actually, I had left 2 messages on Saturday, so I should be expecting a call or 2 tomorrow early in the morning. Just one day at a time. Oh, I was talking about my Crete story about, all the stuff. All the stuff. And then every generation we all got our war because it's all the same. Every 18 years there's constellations that line up, and then they're like, let's bomb some shit, until DT got in there and he started just like, no, let's make some peace. Let's bring some people home. Let's. I want to help heal people that freaking have seen the gnarly shit too, because I've seen gnarly shit. So I'll sit there and I'll go into those dark places with you, and I'll sit there with you, and I'll bring in my little inner child. And if you want to find yours, you can do whatever you want. But I'll give you all the tools that I've collected in my whole life, so that I can bring all the aspects of me back in, all the good ones that I hid, that got shattered in my traumas. Because that's what happens is your spirit rises out, and sometimes after the trauma's over, it comes back in, and you come to your senses, and you're like, oh my God, did that just happen to me? Yeah, that just happened to me. And you sit in a vibration, and you just like, and then every day you wake up, and it's like, okay, that happened to me less. And then there's distance between it of the event, and then your recollection, and you just become desensitized. And sometimes people are in positions where shit constantly, oh my God, did that just happen to me? And then their spirit goes up and it comes back and it goes up and it comes back, and finally sometimes their spirit just don't come back because shit just keeps happening to people. And that's when the madness comes in. People just get mad. Every day I fight myself to be mad. I don't want to be mad about nothing. But it's my chart. I can get mad, and I just, nope, not today, not today. I like that. I'll listen to Keijin in my mind. Not today, shake, or not today. I'm gonna try and keep my vibe higher today. So, I thank those of you that spend your time with me. I thank you very much. I'm gonna head inside. My eyes are starting to burn. If you would be so inclined at some point in the next day or two, I just felt a breeze come in. Put on your favorite song. Go to a happy time and dance for rain, or dance for rain for part of the region. Whatever people dance for. Whatever people need. Dance for glee. Dance for joy. Dance for just raising vibrations, setting intentions for good. Yeah. Dance for whoever needs it. I look at dance as prayer. And I got a lot of background. Let's see. I used to hang out with cheerleaders, break dancers, skaters. And I've been to a lot of Broadway shows. Lion King, because they stop in Omaha, Broadway across America, Chicago. We were front row for that. That one, I was so close you could see the spit. I love that. The spit and the sweat coming off the actors. Because I always knew drama kids, because I like to perform, but I always chickened out because I didn't want to not get the part. Or if I got the part, I didn't want to not be able to make it, because my life was always such a mess. So never got to do that. But Shasta College in the freaking late 80s, mid 80s, the freaking Shakespeare group, Enterprise drama kid. Everything's drama. And you grow up and everybody's acting a kind of way, and I never learned how to do that. So when people would act a kind of way, I just kind of, all right, we don't really need to hang out, because I don't know. I want to know who people really are. And now all the actors are falling down. Isn't that funny? People are really showing who they are. The Kutchers and the Dishevelers, the Ellens and the Hankses. I saw he freaking deleted a bunch of shit today. That guy's a freaking evil motherfucker. Of course he is. Anyway.